Hey crafters, welcome to my channel, it's Amanda here. So if you're new to watching my videos, something you should know about me is I love Christmas. I go crazy for Christmas. So I'm always like shopping and doing Christmas DIYs, all kinds of fun stuff. However, Christmas comes to an end every year. But the good news with the Christmas season ending is that stores put their Christmas things on sale. So I stopped in at either a Dollar General or a Family Dollar. And they had, dinky Christmas stuff because it's the dollar store, on sale, and it was like all like 70% off. And I found this little wooden sign, the dollar here, comes at the Family Dollar store. And it's kind of cute, especially one that you would buy the little felt tip markers and color in. But anyways, because it was in the Christmas collection and the Christmas stuff was on sale 70% off, I got this bad boy for 30 cents. So we're gonna take this 30-cent board hanging little thing from Family Dollar and we're gonna see if we can turn it into something nicer today. I'm actually going to be doing two of these videos. The first one I'm doing today, we're going to make this one look like, instead of just being this one big thing of wood, we're going to paint it so that way it looks like it's wood panels across it, and then I'll put a little message on there. And I've got another idea for a second one, but that one won't come out for a while. So let's jump into today's project. And also I got to put my paint clothes on. So I'm going to get the little hook tag here off. And this, it's like wood, but I don't know if it's some kind of, if it's like plywood kind of, or if it's like a sheet of balsa wood, because it kind of feels soft like balsa wood does and just split there. Maybe we'll leave that on there. But I'm going to start by painting it a dark brown color to just cover up this and also to create our backdrop. And then we'll use the lighter color to create some like wood beam look going across. I'm also not going to untie these because I'm afraid I won't be able to tie them back on well. So I'm just going to kind of loosen them and keep them out of the way and really be careful and not get paint on them if I'm able to not do that. Use my sponge brush here. I'll probably do 2 coats of the brown so that we really cover up the writing that's already there. Alright, we're definitely going to need a second coat to cover that up. So we'll let this dry. And then I'm going to put another coat on. And I'm just using these cheap Apple Barrel acrylic paints. You can get them for like 50 cents at Walmart. Second coat of paint. And maybe I'm going to have to go black to cover that up totally. But we'll see. Alright, we're getting there. So now that this paint here is dry, we're going to add our lighter color on top, and we're going to use just a coarser brush to dry brush it on and create a lot of streaks in wood texture. Here's a little bit on my brush. So once you get the look that you want, we're just gonna let this dry. All right, now our sign is dry as far as painting goes, so it's time to add our message and kind of create the wood plank. So to make it look like we have different planks, I'm just using a Sharpie, and I'm just gonna come down and divide this into thirds. You can either do it where you actually use like a straight edge. I'm not going to use a straight edge because I want to have that uneven kind of natural look like wood does, but of course you could totally opt for using a straight edge. Now the last thing I want to do is add my little message on here. What I did, I don't have any kind of fancy stencil things, so basically I went into my computer and I typed up in a font my phrase here, happiness is homemade. I'm kind of pulling inspiration from a Hobby Lobby little plaque kind of like this that I saw. But you can either go into Word and type it up and play around with fonts. I actually used Canva. I just used the free version and I used one of the fonts there. And I'm going to cut out each of these words. So honestly, if you wanted to, you really could just print it out on paper and then Mod Podge the paper on there. That honestly looks pretty cute. I'm gonna go ahead and though and use these words as like a stencil, and then I'm gonna fill it in with my Sharpie. So the way I'm gonna get this to work is I'm gonna line my letters up, my words up where I want them and tape them down. And then I have a compass here that has a metal tip, and I'm gonna use this metal tip to kind of trace out each of my letters, and that'll kind of groove the wood a little bit, and then I'll just color in the grooves with my Sharpie. I'm taping it down just so that way it doesn't shift. In each letter, I'm just gonna push little dots as an outline of the letter. So like with the H here, we'll start right here. I'm just gonna go press. Little dots all the way around. Like I said, this wood, whatever that it's made out of, is really soft. So this is pushing in really nicely. Make sure you feel that you're actually leaving a mark, so you'll be able to see. Got it. I'm just pushing little dots all the way around. Alright, if we look right up closer, you can see how it's pushed down. You can see through the paper. I'm going to finish doing this with all my letters, and then I'll show you actually coloring it in. Alright, so I finished pressing down my little holes. You want to make sure that you don't miss anywhere. So kind of give it a look over before you peel it off. Make sure you know you did the centers of letters, all the edges. When I peel this off, it's a little hard to see. But all on the wood here, there's little indents. I like to leave one end taped down so that way as you go you can really tell where the little dots are, but I'm going to use fine point Sharpie here. I'm going to start tracing around. I'm likely going to end up blocking the camera for this part, so I'm trying to look and see exactly where things are at. Got traced out, and I'll go back and color these in. So I'm gonna take this off camera because it's really slow and tedious, and you can't really see the little dots, but I can see them well enough. And if you need to, go back through and press your dots down deeper so they're easier to see. So here's my first word traced out with the fine point Sharpie, and I'm just gonna go in and color it in with my bigger Sharpie here. Alright, so here we go. I've got my first word on here, but happiness. I'm going to repeat that same process with my other two words. Going to tape them down, punch the little indents all around, trace them with the ultra fine point Sharpie, and then fill them in with the fine point Sharpie, and then my sign will be done. But I'm going to do this part off camera because it's a little boring to watch. So I will come back and show you the finished sign. And here's a look at our finished project. I also went ahead and added the little pieces on the side. I just thought I kind of bounced it out and made it look super cute. But I'm so happy with how this turned out. I think for 30 cents with a dollar store item and very minimal supplies that I already had on hand, I think this is definitely a successful DIY. Let me know if you give this project a try, and also one of the hardest things with this video is figuring out what phrase I was going to put on here, and I've still got another sign that I'm probably going to put a phrase on that one as well. So if you have ideas for good phrases to put on signs, drop those in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell for notification, you know the routine, and come back next week for another Tutorial Tuesday. See you next time, and happy crafting!